What's up, man? Have you ever wondered why women suddenly break up with you, or why women leave good men, perfect men? Like, if you take a look at Kaka, for instance, right? Kaka was this super guy, handsome, rich, and he got divorced because apparently he was too perfect. Or if you take a look at Will Smith, man. Will Smith has all the money in the world, good looks as well. I mean, that's debatable, but he got cheated on, humiliated on live TV. My question to you is, do you wonder why this happened? Are you maybe in a relationship where you don't get sex, where you don't get respected, or maybe you've been in a relationship where this has happened, or maybe you've got cheated on, or maybe you've recently got broken up with? Or if you want to understand why this all happens, then this is the perfect video for you, because I'm going to explain to you the 6 main reasons why women leave you and how men mess up their relationship. Now, because I know there's this vibe currently going on that we should always blame women. I'm sure there are some toxic women out there. I'm sure there are like low quality women that are not relationship material, but I'm not really a guy who wants to blame and like more problems. I'm a solution finder and I want to give you solutions. So at the end of this video, you will walk away with the 6 main reasons why your relationships go fucking downhill, why they tank, why they turn into a shit show, so that you can fucking prevent it, man, and that you can actually attract high quality relationships with a loyal woman that will never want to leave you. Because, man, believe it or not, if you give a woman exactly what she wants and what she needs, bro, she's gonna stay with you forever, because otherwise she would be fucking stupid, man. And trust me, only because it doesn't exist on social media doesn't mean it doesn't happen, okay? The big thing that I see that happens to a lot of men when they enter a relationship, when they catch feelings, is they turn into a different version of themselves. I call it the Kevin persona. Yeah, 90% of men that I've coached, that I currently coach, or that I speak to on my Instagram account, like great with women when it comes to short-term flings, so hookups, and they're shit when it comes to long-term relationships, or guys who are like simply like Kevin in the first place and can't attract any women. Now, what do they have in common? The moment they catch feelings for a woman, they turn into this completely different version of themselves, a shadow of themselves that is unable to set boundaries and turns into a doormat, and then the relationship absolutely turns into a shit show where they don't get sex, there's no respect anymore, they have a partner that's nagging. So what is mistake number 1 that most men make in relationships that turns this entire relationship into a shit show? They lose their sense of masculinity. So I want you to picture this. When you went on the date with your current partner or your ex or whatever, right? And then you were this confident guy, you were witty, you were leading, right? And you were a gentleman. She loved it. She was super turned on. There was a lot of sexual chemistry, a lot of sexual attraction. Then what happened throughout the relationship? You stopped doing all these things and you became much more passive. You lost your sense of masculinity. You stopped being assertive, you stopped leading, and you became a bit more comfortable. You became a bit too comfortable. So for instance, how does this show up? Like, I see this with a lot of guys, for instance, like you lose your sense of self. Yeah. So when you go, for instance, when you're in your honeymoon phase, so the first 12 months of your relationship, you do everything together with her. You know, there's no boundary. You two like almost blend, you merge. Drop everything for her. Like the smallest non-urgent, non-emergency things, a request that she asks for, bam, you drop immediately everything. You slack on your purpose, you slack on your goals, and you make her the center of your world. You go to the gym with her, you spend 24/7 with her. Now, spending a lot of time with her by itself isn't a problem, but 99% of the time it leads to you like losing yourself. And if there's one thing that women absolutely hate, is a man that loses himself, bro, because it shows her that you collapse under her like presence. And I see so many men then ditch their friends. It doesn't matter if they're in their 20s, early 20s, or early 30s, or early 40s. They still like completely ditch their circle of friends. It has happened to me as well. I made the same fucking mistake. They make her the center of their world, and they become slowly codependent. Actually ask yourself this one question: how often have you said yes when you actually wanted to say no, because you were too afraid to upset her? And that actually leads me to point number 2, and this is one of the biggest mistakes that men make, is they refuse to grow as an individual. I call it the "this is fine" mentality. You know, like when guys, when they settle down, when they find a girl, when they attract a girl, they suddenly think, that's it, I don't need to put in any more work. But this is the biggest pitfall I've seen. This is the biggest lie, the biggest myth I've ever seen, I've ever heard, especially in the context of relationships. Like, if you want a fulfilling relationship that withstands any storm, bro, you need to grow, man. You can't fucking sit on the couch and then just watch Netflix and chill a bit after work or like after you've done your business, bro. Like a lot of guys, they think like working on themselves is like, yeah, maybe I'm gonna go to the gym or maybe I'm gonna do some exercise, but I'm not gonna push myself anymore because I have the girl. What else? What else should I need? You know, should I do? So they have this fixed mindset instead of a growth mindset. They come in and they stop reading books, they stop like pursuing goals. It's so funny, isn't it? Like when guys want to get a girl, the first thing they do is get jacked. They like work on themselves, they learn a few pickup lines, whatever. And then the moment they get a girl, they stop putting all the effort in. Like, why the fuck do you think it is okay to put in all the work to get a woman, but then when you have her, you stop doing anything, you stop dating her even? Like, if you truly love that woman, if you truly want her to be your woman, to be loyal to you and also put in the work, why do you fucking stop putting in the work, man? Why do you watch porn? Why do you waste so much time on the social media? When was the last time you were actually pushing yourself, bro? Where are you currently bullshitting yourself in your life, in your relationship, in your business, in your career, bro? I've heard this great quote: if you want something rare, it takes more than average action. If you want a loyal woman, a high quality woman, bro, then you gotta fucking take some action. Because trust me, these high quality women that you desperately want and this high quality relationship that you want so much, man, do you think that just fucking falls into your lap? Nothing good is for free. I think that was Michael Jordan who said that. Nothing good comes for free, so you actually have to work for it. Success isn't free, money isn't free. Like the only thing that is free is losing your soul. That's by watching fucking random shit on the internet. So ask yourself, when was the last time that you actually stretched yourself? When was the last time that you were discomfortable? When was the last time you were uncomfortable? When was the last time you entered the zone of incompetence, the zone where you look like an idiot because you haven't mastered the skill yet? That is what a woman wants. She's ultimately attracted to a man who conquers. Women's deepest fantasies are like to tame a wild lion, man. And so many men, when they are in the relationship, they turn into this tamed lion, and that's super unattractive to her. It is extremely off-putting for her. So yes, she wants to tame the wild lion, but you need to keep the fantasy alive by being that wild lion, bro. And that leads me to point number 3, bro, and that is most men become so fucking boring in a relationship. So predictable. I talked about like how so many guys like learn how like pick up lines and how to flirt and how to tease, and then they completely stop doing all these things that attracted her in the first place, and they stop doing that in the relationship. And then they wonder why she fucking left you, bro. She left you because you stopped doing all the things that got her attracted. Especially the flirting, especially the teasing, bro. Women deep down have a deep innate primal desire for adventure, for leadership, and for fantasies, bro. There's a reason why 50 Shades of Grey and drama novels and romantic novels are so fucking popular amongst a female audience, man. So you need to continue like teasing her playfully, you need to flirt, continue flirting with her. Like what I do in my relationship is I banter a lot with Sandra, I tease her, I make fun of her in a playful way. I sometimes ask myself, okay, Sandra has done a lot of, she's clumsy, so it's quite easy for me. I'm not in the relationship where I don't want to be in a relationship, I don't want to be with a woman where I have to walk on eggshells because she's so insecure about herself. And I also expect from her to be able to take a joke, and that goes both ways. And I want a woman who I can have a I want a woman in my life where I can just have fun with. And guess what? She wants fucking fun too, bro. So start flirting, start teasing again, bro. Go on date nights. I don't know, like a simple way of teasing her is like Sandra earlier said, Gene, do you know what I've been thinking about? And I responded with, I have not developed that skill yet. So I took her literally. I took literally what she said, and she couldn't stop laughing. Me neither, it was actually a good one. So start incorporating these teases and flirts again. Here are a couple of examples. Instead of kissing her ass all the time, say, hey Sandra, I'm not sure why you're currently so adorably cute and annoying. You see, there's this like a compliment, but also a bit of like a tease, because you're cute and annoying. It's like, it's ambiguous. And if there's one thing that women love, it's mystery and ambiguity. It doesn't mean that you can never tell her you love her. I tell Sandra I love her. I write her love letters, bro. I balance the love letter and the love with bantering and teasing. Also, like, I see this mistake, this is such simple mistake a lot of guys make, especially in relationships. They say the same fucking thing. Sandra, you're beautiful. Be more specific, bro. What about her is beautiful? Instead of complimenting her like only on her physique, why don't you compliment her on her, like when I see Sandra wearing something sexy, I tell her, hey Sandra, I love this dress, really brings out your feminine energy. And when it comes to like date nights, don't ask her, hey, where do you want to eat? Say simply, hey Sandra, I booked a table at 7 p.m. at this specific restaurant. I want you to wear something sexy, Do you want my help with picking your outfit? Bam, so much more sexy, bro. Now, mistake number 4 that is such a big mistake that most men make in relationships is when they pedestalize her. And that is a big issue that a lot of guys are coming to terms with now, that they're realizing that this is an issue. Now, why am I saying there's currently rising awareness of that? The pedestalization of a woman happens when you essentially put her opinion of yourself above your own opinion of yourself. You see her as this goddess, as this flawless goddess that is more important than you. That's what pedestalization actually means. And that is a massive sign of childhood trauma and childhood wounds. And that's why I'm saying there's a rising awareness amongst men now, because emotional health and mental health. Now, there will be a lot of guys who watch this video will say, blah, blah, this is bullshit. I understand, man. 10 years ago, I didn't believe in this shit. Actually, 15 years ago, I didn't believe in this shit either. Until I looked back at my relationships with women, until I reflected on the relationship with my dad, or non-existent relationship with my dad and my mom, and realized, bro, all the stuff that came up in, that showed up in my relationship, I keep repeating some stuff in my romantic relationships that was happening. And I was raised without a father, right? I mean, my father was around, but both my parents rejected me at birth and handed me over to my grandma, so I was technically adopted. My father was never truly in my life until the age of 16 years old. And essentially that meant I developed something called the father wound. An absent father is essentially the worst thing that can happen to a man, because it means that you're deprived of the gift that every father gives you, that is emotionally available and physically around. That is the belief that you matter and that you're capable. So I didn't have that. Thank God my grandma was around, but unfortunately my grandma was super controlling. On top of having this father wound, because my dad wasn't around, he didn't give me the confidence that I needed. I lost trust in the masculinity because masculinity wasn't existent in my life. So I got abandoned by masculinity, so I didn't trust it. So I turned feminine. On worst case, my grandma raised me as this good boy because she made worse, like the most horrific, terrible experiences that you can imagine with men. So she wanted me to be different. Don't stand out, don't take any risks, don't be loud, be a good boy, don't be aggressive. That's how I was raised. And I turned into this super passive guy, super passive, feminine, shy guy. And at the end of the day, all that came out in my relationships again, because when I was like in love, I turned into this anxious, shy, needy, clingy guy because I was afraid that I'm gonna be left again, that my fear of abandonment came up again. The fear of abandonment I was living with throughout my entire life. Now, that essentially meant that I was really bad with setting boundaries, especially with men, but also was really bad at setting boundaries with women in relationships. And that messed up my relationships until I finally figured out what was going on, which was looking at my childhood wounds, looking at my childhood trauma and releasing it. One specific exercise that I would encourage you to do is to look at the relationship with your parents. Reflect on your relationship and ask yourself, what type of mom did I have? What type of dad did I have? And then ask yourself, are there any patterns that I see in my parental relationship that are showing up in my romantic relationship? Now, by the way, bro, I know this is a lot of information. I know this is a lot to take in. If you are done with watching endless YouTube videos and you actually want to take action and you want to attract a high quality relationship or more high quality women, bro, why don't you work with me? Click on the link below in the description. There's going to be a couple of slots open to work with me. You can apply working with me. We're going to have a chat on a call. Hop on a call, see if I can help you, and then we take it from there. Super simple, don't be shy. So what's mistake number 5 that most men make in a relationship that completely ruins relationships? They stop setting a vision for the relationship. And I'm gonna just ask you one question because I don't wanna go deeper on this point because it's super simple. What story do you want to create together with her? Penny and Leonard, Amy and Sheldon, Lila or Alex Hormozy, Giselle Bündchen and Tom Brady. What empire do you want to build with your girl? Because most men never answer this question. They're never capable of answering this question. That's why they attract incompatible partners. That's why they get lazy in a relationship, because there's no vision for life, there's no vision for a relationship. Now, point number 6, and this is such a crazy big mistake that I see a lot of single men make, is a scarcity mindset. They have this scarcity mindset, lack of abundance in dating. They simply settle down for the first woman that gives them attention, or they just take whatever they can get, maybe the 5 or the 6s. And by that, I don't even mean looks only, I mean looks and character. So many men think there are no high quality women out there, so they just settle with whatever woman is in front of them, whatever woman they can get on a dating app, because they're limited to dating apps. They're capped by dating apps. They don't approach anymore. They don't approach girls in the coffee shop because they have this social anxiety to be rejected. Because of that, they just attract a poor compatibility woman, and because of that, the relationship is doomed from the start.